Good morning, my name is Tim Zerillo and I'm shooting this video here from Zerillo Law LLC in our wonderful offices in downtown Portland, Maine at 103 Exchange Street in our conference room. And I'm here to talk to you today about a subject that is near and dear to many of your hearts. That is the subject of marijuana. I'm shooting this video because my clients have had a significant amount of confusion based on the medical marijuana referendum passed in 2010 about whether or not marijuana is legal or partially legal now in the state of Maine. Well, marijuana has been partially decriminalized in some respect based on the medical marijuana law, but there are still many criminal and civil offenses related to marijuana, so don't go around thinking it's legal. What I want to do is I want to give you an overview, a brief overview, of what the criminal and civil medical marijuana and medical marijuana laws are in the state of Maine as I shoot this in the new year of 2011. And laws can change, so keep that in mind if you're watching this several years from the time that I am shooting it. In any event, the first issue to understand is what is a usable amount of marijuana. And I don't mean literally usable. I mean, what is the Maine legislature defined as a usable amount of marijuana, because that triggers a number of different issues. A usable amount of marijuana is less than 2.5 ounces, under 2.5 ounces. If you're under 2.5 ounces of pot, then and you are possessing it only, it is a civil offense. Okay, it's a civil offense, not criminal. If you have a prescription for a usable amount of marijuana, it's neither civil nor criminal. That's where you can get your legal medical marijuana prescription, and if it is a usable amount of marijuana, meaning less than 2.5 ounces, then you're safe. If you don't have your prescription and you possess and are not selling that less than 2.5 ounces of pot, then you have a civil offense. You're not safe, but you're not going to be prosecuted criminally for that. Now, you can't cultivate marijuana on your own. I know that can be a money-saving proposition, but you're not allowed to do that in the state of Maine unless you're licensed to do so. And a cultivation crime is triggered entirely by the number of plants. Class E cultivation, which is a misdemeanor, is 5 plants or fewer. Class D cultivation, another misdemeanor, is going to be between 5 and 100 plants. Okay, you get kicked up to the felony on a cultivation as soon as you hit the 100 plant mark, and when you hit 100, anywhere between 100 and 500 plants becomes a Class C felony, and 500 plants and up becomes a Class B felony. And that's where you're getting to the more serious charges. But certainly any criminal charge is serious, and you need to treat it as such. But those are the breakdowns. So in other words, to be charged with a felony cultivation, you've got to be over 100 plants, or 100 plants or more. Sale is another way in which you can get into lots of trouble. If you're selling marijuana, and even if it is a usable amount of marijuana, as I defined before, if you are selling it, then you can be charged criminally. And sale is classified in terms of class of crime based on the poundage when you're talking about marijuana. That's not that way with other drugs, but when you're talking about marijuana, that's the way it works. So 1 pound or less will get you a Class D misdemeanor if you're selling it. 1 to 20 pounds is the bump up. So you've got to get to over that pound, 1 pound or more, between 1 and 20, and then you're bumped up to the felony. That's a Class C felony. You don't want that. And then once you get in excess of 20 pounds, you're at the Class B level, and you don't want that as well. Also, remember that if you're selling, regardless of the amount, within a school zone, and that's within 1,000 feet of a school zone, as the crow flies, then you'll get bumped up to a felony, and if you're already a felony, you can get bumped up an additional class of crime. So you need to be very careful with that, especially if you're in an urban area. You may not even know where the schools in your area exist, and within 1,000 feet of a school zone can become a problem. I've seen this happen many times in Portland for clients of mine. So anyway, that's to give you an overview of the marijuana laws as we sit here at the beginning of 2011. I hope that this has been helpful to you, and as always, you probably have more questions than I've answered on this video. If you have a criminal charge or a civil marijuana offense, and I'm happy to answer those questions for you about your case. I can't answer them on a video, obviously, and I don't know the facts of your case unless I hear from you. So contact me and I'd be happy to talk to you or email with you. My phone is 207-347-6063, 207-347-6063, or my email is tim@getzerillo.com. That's tim@GETZERILLO.com. And that's also our website, getzerillo.com, www.getzerillo.com. And Zerillo, again, is spelled Z like zebra, ERILLO. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's been helpful to you. Have a great day.